Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. As you can see from the title, can Manchester United build on the performance versus Crystal Palace is what I'll be mainly talking about, obviously answering questions from the chat as well, because I know you lot have plenty to say. As always, big up to Rants, large up to Dave, shout out to everyone who's just joined over from the raid. Let's bump up the likes though. Like check 1212, like check 1212. Let's bump up the likes. There's over 110 people in here, only at 19 likes. Let's get us up to 50 likes, people. Let's get us up to 50 likes. And also make sure you share this across the socials as well. That's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter and Instagram. Retweet and like from the Twitter, share from the Instagram, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV if you are indeed new as well. As you can see, make sure you subscribe to Rants as well. Gang, large of Rants in the building. Big up to Sheik, says big up. Jesse says big up the ManDem as usual. Good to see Jesse in the chat. Sheik, as always. Marshall says Brant's Flawless. Shout out to the both of you. Large up as well. Love Flawless for chat interaction. Of course, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what man says. Of course. Like, it's good to do these shows solo dolo. That's why I do at least one a week. Obviously, Mondays and more often. Actually, it's twice a week. I always do it Mondays and Thursdays alongside the Tuesday episode and the Friday episode as well. And of course, the crossovers as well. So yeah, get your questions in, but let's bump up these likes, man, and hit that subscribe button. We're at 8,215. All right, you lot are subscribing. Big up. Continue. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you do as well. Jesse says, do you reckon Mount and Bruno start on Saturday? The Mount and Bruno start on Saturday. Yeah, probably. Because he has a selection headache, but Bruno goes back into the side. Mount played well. He probably goes midfield. It's probably Casemiro, Bruno, Mount, and then Amrabat playing left back. Because it's saying Reguilon. I seen a tweet saying Reguilon could play. So maybe it's that. So I could see him doing that. But I think Mount and Bruno both start on Saturday, to answer your question. Yes. Warrior J, good to see you in the chat every single time as well. And he says, your thoughts on the Carabao Cup draw, Newcastle at home. Glad it's a home draw. However, one of the toughest possible draws. Anyone who's watched me for any length of time knows I speak all the time about having favorable draws in all cup competitions and taking advantage of that. And Newcastle, outside of Arsenal and Liverpool, is the third toughest opponent we could have got. So I'm not happy about it. Do I think we get past Newcastle? Yes, but it is going to be a tough game. Like, Newcastle are no mugs whatsoever. They are no mugs. Jack says, big up Flawless. Big up to Jay Bowser as well. Cab says, where can I get your tunes, Flawless? I ain't got that much out, but if you look underneath the link in the description, I have a link tree, and then it's got music on there. So go check that out. It's on there, literally underneath in the description. It's in my bio on Twitter. It's in my bio on Instagram as well. All you have to do is click that, and then there's links there. It's just me. Big up. Good to see you in the chat. Says, hi, Flawless. I hope you're well. Hope you're blessed too. Says, what do you think of United's performance yesterday? Oh, quality. He was top notch. The performance against Crystal Palace, easily the best of the season, without doubt. Everybody was on point. Everybody, from the goalkeeper all the way through to the striker. From a defensive standpoint, Onana, Varane, Maguire had very little to do, but did it well. Fullbacks, Dalot was very, very good going forward, and was a great outlet. Amrabat was everywhere. He was extremely good. From a midfield perspective, Casemiro, top quality. That's the best Casemiro we've seen all season, and that's just him at his best. Mount, someone I've been critical of, I thought was very good. And he was if he got taken off at halftime, but if he had stayed on and had continued to perform at that level, he would have been in contention, in my opinion, for man of the match, because he was one of the standout performers in the first half. Hannibal did his thing, just kept the ball moving, was energetic, closing down, composed on the ball, kept it ticking. I've wanted to see Palestri on one side and Garnacho on the other side for the longest, and they both were constant threats. Both played their part in the first goal. Great team goal, the first goal. The pass from Mount to Palestri brought it down. Dalot crosses it for Garnacho. So they were constant threats. And Martial not only took his goal very well, which is a very, very tough chance to take, linked the ball up well. So Yeah, that's my thoughts on the performance, and I'm hoping we can build on that. That's why I put can Manchester United build on performance versus Crystal Palace. That's what we need to do. Build on the performance versus Crystal Palace. We need to do that. Like 110%. Like, so let's hope so. Big up Rance still in the chat saying big up the gang. I'm saying large up to Rance every single time. Big up to I don't even want to butcher your name. I think you've been on here before and I said that to you. So if I never don't pronounce someone's names, it's because I don't want to butcher them. That's what it is. But he says, Flawless, do you think Anthony comes back into the squad? Yes. Anthony is Ten Hag's guy. So I think as soon as he's available, the manager's bringing him back in. As soon as he's available, manager 110% is bringing him back into the side. Yeah, the Mount pass. Mount was exceptional. If he plays like that the entire season, no complaints. And I hold my hands up and say I was wrong. But I'm just hoping we can capitalize on this and build on it. Big up to MBZ, says big up Rants as well. Penny Chase, yeah, man. Make sure you lot all large up Rants. Big up Penny Chase, says big up Flawless, big up to you. Jesse says, Flawless, you saw that clip of Garnacho getting clamped and running man down. Who clamped him? Yeah, when he lost the ball on the left wing. And then all for that. Good. Energy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm with. Gavin says, the worry I have is that we saw preseason young technical players played better football, but Ten Hag doesn't try them in the big games. And now he has not caused himself a problem because we played well and he picked the right team, but now people are going to look at that. If he switches up the team and let's say Manchester United win 2-0 or 2-1, but don't look as good, people are going to look at Rashford, are going to look at Bruno, etc. Because we performed, this is the best performance we put in all season long. To be honest, it should be the same 11 again. It should be. On merit, it should be the same 11 again. But Bruno going to get back onto the pitch. Rashford going to get back onto the pitch. And I think that's wrong. Because if they perform poorly, the conversation on the flip side would be, look, this is why Rashford and Bruno play all the time. Look how much worse we are with them. Because I've heard people say that, in particular about Bruno, in regards to, Bruno, we're much worse without him. How do we know if we're worse without him when he always plays? We have no idea if we're worse with Bruno because we've not seen it consistently. He doesn't miss games. He's always available. So that's what I would say to that. Good to see green usernames in the chat. Emma K and DMU, I've seen you. If you want to join the membership, the link is in the pinned comment as well, people. Big up Mohammed MUFC says, happy Thursday, Flawless. Hope you're doing well. I'm blessed, man. Hope you're good. Flawless, what's your lineup for Saturday game against Palace? Same 11 that played him in the cup. Same 11. Warrior J said, if Mount plays like that for United, then Flawless will definitely say, Rara is this Mount. 100% I'll say Rara is this Mount because he impressed me. But I just need him now to back it up. And everybody else to back it up. Consistency. Don't everyone play well against Palace in mid-weekend and weekend game. Everyone's average to poor. Like, no. We perform better when Rashford and Bruno are on the bench. We'll see. I can't say that verbatim. And the reason why I can't say that, Jesse, that we perform better without them is because on the flip side, like I said, if we had performed poorly with them without them being in the side, and on the flip side, obviously said, see, this is why Rashford and Bruno play where better players were better side with them playing. I'm against it. I need a bigger sample size than one match against Crystal Palace. Now, for instance, if the manager keeps it the same and we play well against Palace, and then it's similar in the game against Galatasaray, and then it's similar in the game, the lineup's the same against Brentford, and we perform well over 4. We've had 4 matches. But one game, like, no, I can't say verbatim, we definitely perform better without them. Because what happens on the flip side, let's say they are dropped and he keeps it the same and we don't play well against Palace. You know what Bruno fans and Rashford, I can't even say fans, stands. You know what Bruno stands and Rashford stands would say? See, this is why we play them all the time. We're better with, like, no, bigger sample size, people. Andy MU says, you and Rant equals pure content. Big up. Hey, every single time, Andy, man. You already know. Good to see you in the chat. What do you think the situation is with Donny? I thought he would take off under his old manager. The manager's just doesn't want to pick him. Very similar to the Jadon Sancho situation. Managers have players they favor and managers have players they don't favor. And Donny's just in that bracket. He's just down the pecking order. You got Casemiro, you got Amrabat, you got Bruno, you got Mount, you got Ericsson, you got Kebi Maino. That's 6. Like, he's just down the pecking order. It's just unfortunate for him. Yeah, NJ, need to see more than one game. Like, remember that Leipzig away game when Bruno and Rashford on the bench battered them 5-0? That was a home game. But again, Gavin, I need more than 2. I can't just say, that's a different team. It's a different team. And did Rashford not come off the bench and get a hat-trick, I believe, in that game? But the point I'm making is I need more than one game to say verbatim, yes, we definitely play better without Rashford and Bruno. I hear the argument, fully hear the argument, but I need more. Because like I said, I've heard other people make the other argument and say, oh, this is why we're so much worse without Bruno. We've never, in Bruno's entire time here, we've never played 4 to 5 games without him. I think at most it's 1, max 2. No, I need 4 or 5 game period, people. I'm not jumping out the window in regards to a good performance or a poor performance. Sample size. That's what I'm talking about. I need sample size. I guess you're not surprised about Dalot's recent performances. I understand what Dalot gives us, and he's good at a lot of things. He's just not great at anything. And that's why I would have moved him on in the summer. But one thing he is, great outlet, great engine. And with being a great outlet and being a great engine and technically sound as well, you're going to get performances from him. That's one thing about Dalot. I'd never say he lacks effort, he lacks trying to be an outlet, or he lacks technical ability. It's just he don't excel at anything. From an offensive standpoint or a defensive standpoint, there's nothing that sticks out and you go, yeah, Dalot is at such and such. No. Yes, like Warrior J said, yo, bump up them likes, stop slacking off. You could press the like button, people. Yes, there's over 120 people in here right now. We're at 53 likes. Get us up to 90 likes, people. Get us up to 90 likes. PS says, I'd give it some time with Rashford being benched. They will eventually turn out well, in my opinion. We can see who Rashford really is when he plays after seeing them. You about the team or yourself. I think that's just Rashford's game, though, PS. Rashford is not a creative winger. Like, does he need to improve on that? Yeah, that's what you should do as a footballer. You play to your strengths and improve on your weaknesses. But in regards to him being, being a creative winger is not going to happen. So that's on the manager and also on Rashford to try and get the best out of him. Yes, what was surprising about United was when they scored 3 goals on Tuesday. Facts. It was super surprising. It was. And you lot heard it, man. Ladrick Rand says, ManDem, get the likes up. You already know. To Star Lord says, big up Flawless, nice 1 hour drive home. I'm listening in. Hey, big up to you, Star Lord, every single time. Penny Chase says, football is dying. That's why these GNA merchants, Bruno and Rashford, are club talisman. No, they're club talisman because the manager wants them to be club's talisman. Like, I don't think it's solely on the GNA. They offer other things that the manager likes. Whether we might not like it, which is cool because everyone has preferences in how they want the team to set up. But they offer more than goals and assists because if that was the case, when they aren't getting goals and assists, they would get dropped. And they don't because they offer other things. Same way with Anthony. He don't offer goals and assists. That's Ten Hag's guy. There's a reason he signed Mount, who don't offer goals and assists. Hoyland, who is not a GNA merchant. And I don't expect him to get dropped. I expect he'll probably be back in the side. Once Anthony's back, he'll play. Mount will play some form as well. So I don't think it is just that. Hey, Sheik, man, big up to you. Says Flawless for the lineup on Saturday. You think he plays a diamond of Casemiro, Bruno, Mount, and Amrabat if Reguilon is available? I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't want to see the diamond. I don't want to see the diamond. Don't play the diamond. Go with the 4-2-3-1. Go with what's actually been successful. Why switch it up so much from how we just played against Palace? Play the 4-2-3-1/4-3-3. That's what you really and truly should do. But hey, it's on the manager. It is. See, Star-Lord? And on the flip side, this is what I'm talking about. People saying we're better without him and Bruno after 1 game is crazy. And then on the flip side, people saying if we would have performed poorly and said, see, this is why Bruno and Rashford play is 1 game. I need a bigger sample size than just to say, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm not doing all of that. That Diamond got Flawless in despair when he was watching United versus Brighton. Yeah, man, like, switch it up when it's not working. All right, you tried something new. Switch it up. Yes. Yo, Flawless, do you hear that Jim Ratcliffe made another bid for your club? No, I didn't hear this. I didn't hear this. Like, we move. To Gavin, who says Palestri starting against Bayern was a poison chalice, in my opinion. Why didn't he use him against Forest when he had the opportunity to? I don't think it was a poison chalice because if he didn't play him against Bayern Munich, I personally would have been critical. I would have been critical of him. Should he have started him against Forest? No, not Forest. It was. Did we play Brighton? It was Brighton. He should have started him against Brighton. 110% he should have. And I don't mind him throwing him in against Bayern Munich. I don't mind that. And I think he did okay. That's what it was. But he should have played him against Brighton. And he's played him against Palace. And I'm hoping he plays him against Palace again. I hope so. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, who's up says big ups to you, Flawless, watching you live from Ghana and it's loud and clear. Hey, big up, man. Man's watching all the way from Africa, man, the motherland. Love that. Big up to all my Ghanaians in the building. Big up to all the other people watching from different African countries. Large up to you and everywhere else in the world, man. You lot are real ones, man. Whether it's Africa, the Caribbean, whether it's Europe, North America, South America, wherever the case may be, man. Big up, big up. Love. They're saying he could return after the international break, I think. How far is Ahmad from returning? Who would you play with him up front? So yeah, they're saying he would play no, he's going to be back after international break. Him and Kobe Mano. So yeah, in regards to him, I'm playing Hoyland be my striker, Diallo from the right, Rashford from the left is what I want to see. But we have options there. You got Palestri who can play from the right, and you got Garnacho who can play from the left. I do it on form. But I would definitely want to see Diallo playing at some point because I think he's very good and he gives us something different over that side as well. And when he played previously for Manchester United, I was impressed. And I heard he had a good stint at Sunderland, even though I didn't watch. So it's good to have options. Big up to Mo Chung, who says, do you think Martial and Hoyland could play together? Rance brought up a valid point, actually. And I never thought about it like that, with Martial playing centrally and Hoyland from the right, which could happen. So do I think they could play together? Yes. Do I see it? Probably not. I don't see Ten Hag playing them together. But if we've seen it, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it. Mohammed MUFC. Get into all the questions I can, people. But of course, if you want to make sure I get to your question, comment, then you do indeed have to super chat, people. That's just to make sure because the chat is flying. But I'm trying my best to get to it. But before I get to this next question, let's bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. We're at 62 likes, over 130 people in here. Let's get to 100 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's get to 100 likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule and make sure you follow on the Sarcasm City TV kick because I got a fan calling show coming up tonight. 8:30 p.m. people. 8:30 p.m. UK time. Fan calling show that's open to everybody, not just Manchester United fans. Open to everybody. So make sure you're on the kick. Because that's one you have to make sure you're following the kick to get on the fan calling show. Berbatov on the Sancho situation. I'm very disappointed that this situation like this has been made public and a lot of people are discussing it. Things like this happen often, but they're not made public. If Berbatov did indeed say this, makes sense. Berbatov makes this has been my thought process on it. Deal with it privately. It did not need to become public. And it became public because of the manager. And he made a mistake. And that's okay because managers are going to make mistakes. So yeah, it didn't. And him saying, oh, if this isn't the case, he did indeed say this. These things happen often. Yes. Managers and players are going to have disagreements. Players are going to have disagreements. Players and coaches, managers and coaches are going to have they are under pressure to perform. You are under the microscope. There's definitely going to be differences of opinion on how to reach goals because they all have the same goals, end goals in regards to winning matches. They just have different ways about how they should try and attack it. Maguire as the centre back, as the left centre back or Lucha. I'm playing Maguire. He deserves it on merit. Again, and they're saying I'd seen something. Was it a tweet or it was on the gram saying about Martinez? He's still injured, but it's not serious. Like it's his ankle or something. Rest him. I wouldn't play him against Palace on Saturday. I'd see how he is for the Galatasaray game at home. I may not even play him again in that game. And then Brentford, might play him against Brentford. That's what I do. Like they're the 3 remaining games before the international break. That's what I'll probably do. Yeah. Let's see. To Gavin, who says, how would Ten Hag have coached Ronaldinho if he had to deal with that? Just wonder. Deal with what exactly, Gavin? Deal with what? Like, what do you mean? In what sense? Like, train, like, what sense? Deal with what? You gotta clarify. I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, how is that deal with Ronaldinho in what sense? What are we talking about? I'm lost. Bear in mind, he's the GOAT. He's the best player I've ever seen. I say it. That's my GOAT. He is the best player I've ever seen. He's had the most electric period. Like that 3-4 years, no other players had an electric period like that and won everything. Warrior J says, speaking of Mano, flawless, do you think Mano will get the chance when Amrabat goes to AFCON or Ten Hag sticks with Ericsson? What nationality is Kobe Mano? Scratch that. What international team does he play for? Does he play for an African nation or does he play for a European country? Let me know. But do I think Mano will get a chance? Yes, because Ten Hag's already shown that he'll play a youngster. We've seen Hannibal play back-to-back. Kobe Mano played in preseason. So he'll play, and we've seen Garnacho play. We've seen Palestri play. So he'll play players. Oh, is Mano, is he play for the England national team? Yeah, he'll get his chance, don't worry, AJ. Question, though, if Ten Hag did this in private and Sancho wasn't in the squad for a month or so, no one's rocking with that and not asking questions. So what do you mean? All right. What I'm saying, it's a private matter we're dealing with. I left him out for tactical reasons. Or scratch that. Scratch the two I just said. You know what you say? Not talking about players who are not here. Everything is fine with Sancho, though. Simple as that. That's what you could easily say. Same way he's answered that question twice. He's getting asked about questions about it now. So if Sancho's not in the squad for a month, I'm not talking about players who are not in the squad. Next question. And he gets asked again. Next question. He's not under oath. He's not been arrested. What are we talking about here? He could easily say that because we've seen him do it. I'm not talking about players who are not in the squad. Simple as that. We can try and get around it as much as we want. What he did was wrong. And it's okay. Managers make mistakes. It happens. And they'll make other mistakes. GOAT managers make mistakes. Better managers than Ten Hag have made mistakes. Sir Alex Ferguson's made mistakes. Wenger's made mistakes. Ancelotti, Pep, Klopp. The list goes on. Whoever your top 10 of managers is has made mistakes. And it's okay. We don't have to just defend it blindly. He made a mistake. It's all right. Oh, Mano's English. Okay. Does anyone know what descent he is? I'm just asking out of interest. Let us know. I think in theory it sounds nice, but I don't know. I definitely want it in private, but wish we could see a world in how it would have played out. No, it's not in no theory. It sounds nice. Deal with it privately. How's that theory? Explain, please, Kevin. I'm lost. Deal with it privately. This is so easy to do. It's not nothing difficult. Pull him to the side in training. Have that in training. What are we talking about? What are we doing? He's Ghanaian. Okay. We might switch allegiance then. Pep said Grealish was ill and he wasn't. He was disciplined. Who was disciplined? I'm lost. Who was disciplined? Grealish was disciplined or Pep was disciplined? I'm lost. You've lost me, Gavin. Same with the Ronaldinho comment. You've lost me. I don't get it. Flawless thoughts on United linked with Chiesa as they plan for life after Jadon Sancho. The Italian has 4 goals in 6 Serie A appearances. Juve want 30 million for player. I've seen people talk about his injury record though. What's his injury record like? What is it? Because I don't want someone who's injured. I can't lie and be like, yeah, I've watched Chiesa like that. So I don't really have a comment in regards to him as a player. I only seen him in the Euros because he got injured, right? He got injured pretty early, but he looked bright in the Euros. But I've not watched him like that. I know he's quick and he's direct. That's it. Grealish was disciplined. Grealish was disciplined. Okay. Fez. For instance, I mean how the result would have been. I genuinely don't think the media and fans are putting way more pressure on him if they don't know. I don't think the answers you gave, for example. So what, man? Let the media talk. How about you manage? The media are not there. The media are not there to help Manchester United Football Club. And guess what? You're not there to help the media. Fuck the media. Who gives a shit? Fuck the media. Excuse the language this early, this late afternoon. Who cares? Who cares? Let the media say what they want to say because they are going to anyway. They're going to make things up. They're going to run agendas anyway, like they have been doing long before Ten Hag gets here, long after. He made a mistake, Kevin. It's okay. It's okay, man. He made a mistake. There's no way to dance around it. There's no way to dance around it. I'm not saying he gets injured a lot, says Dre. Yeah, okay. I thought so. People have mentioned this. Continue to get your questions in. We're at 69 likes. Yo, get us up to 100 likes, people, man. Get us up to 100 likes. Let's do that. Like check 1212. Hit the subscribe button as well. It is road to 9,000 subscribers. People are 8,218. 2 more, man. Asking for 2 more subscribers. Get us to 8,220. Yeah, Derek. Sir Alex once banned part of the media doing press. Do you think the same ish would be done now? The media seem to be on the Ten Hag witch hunt. Yeah, like just tell them. I'm not talking about players that are not here. I'm not talking about players. I'm not talking about players who are not here. Exactly. Don't hand the media fuel to make exactly, Marshall. Because the media are not there to help. They want your story. They are trying to start fires and add to fires. Medias are not putting out fires. They're there to add to fires and start fires. That's why he will ask questions to try and get you to trip up. That's why now every press conference, and I've not watched, I guarantee every press conference he gets asked the Sancho question. Every single one. All through January, as long as Sancho is here, he's getting asked the Sancho question because they want a response like they got to spark something. Because I bet that journalist who asked the question about Arsenal wasn't even trying to start something, but they love that. Media love or live off controversy, because it gives them something to talk about. What are you talking about, man? Come on. What are we doing? Gavin says, when are we going to talk about a manager changing his philosophy midway through his first season? That's a big red flag for me. A manager needs to stand by his convictions on football. What I would say is he didn't change it halfway through the season. He changed it 2 games in. And now, and then, yeah, so he changed. I have no issues with this because you are working with what you've got. You tried a certain way 2 games in, didn't work. You switched it up had success. And now this season, now more of your players are coming back. I get an idea of what you're trying to do. That performance against Palace is an idea of what you're trying to do. It's just that can players implement that style? But you're trying to press high, be energetic, win the ball back, high up the pitch. That's what he's attempting to do. So yeah, in regards to you gotta get results. And what was working don't have to get results. So I'm all for managers standing on their philosophy, but you also have to get results. Simple as that. Have to get results. And it worked in the first season. I have no complaints with what he did in the first season. Be adaptable. Derek says, crazy one. Do you play FPL? If yes, what's your current rank? No, I don't play FPL, but there is a Sarcasm City TV Fantasy Premier League. So if you want to join that, let me know and I'll drop the code in the chat. And that's to anyone as well. It's open. Sarcasm City FPL, Sarcasm City TV FPL. The league is there, people. The league is there. I set it up, so I have a team, but I haven't looked at it since. I don't play FPL. But I think, is it Peter and Black Diamond? I think are the 2 people joint top. I've not looked at it. I think there's like 35 people. I think so. In there. So yeah, get us over 40 people in the Fantasy Premier League. Let me know and I'll drop the code, like I said. Yeah, Ten Hag was asked, what does that say? Asked a question and responded in the most, hey, Marshall, words. You know what I'm saying? You got me out here Googling. All right. It's like when someone said invidious. I've not used that since, actually, but that's a fire word. What's this? But yeah, he says here, yeah, Ten Hag was asked the question and responded in the most, was that incendiary? You know what I'm saying? Way? Completely unprovoked. I don't know how people don't see this. Am I going crazy? You out here teaching me new words, Marshall, firstly. But secondly, yeah, it's because people just want to defend the manager because they like the manager. I like the manager. I'm a fan of the manager. Big fan of the manager. I believe some of the criticism he receives is over the top, but I'm not going to defend him when I think he's wrong. Same way if a player I rate has a good, the same way if a player I rate has a good, has a bad game, sorry, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he was exceptional. Same way if a player I don't rate has a good game, like Mount, for instance. I don't rate Mount, but did he have a good game against Palace? Absolutely. So I'm going to say that. I'm just going to call it as I see it. Those first 2 games, he was still integrating his signings. I don't think he changed. And then I think after the World Cup with December, we got a link with Nunes. And I was like, what? All I can say, Gavin, if you don't think after them first 2 games we changed, I don't know. We stopped playing out from the back. Like, that's the biggest indication. We changed from their first 2 games. It was nothing to do with integrating signings. We changed. We switched up. We were no longer trying to get on the ball and be possession and ball dominant. No, it wasn't that. We defended deep and hit teams on the counter-attack, and guess what? It worked because we had a successful season. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. To book clock, love this. Let me get to this 1 second. And actually, before I get to that, yeah, Kevin, I know you ain't defending in my defense, so flawless. Maybe you think I'm defending Ten Hag just to defend. I have many criticisms on him, by the way. No, that wasn't aimed at you. If I thought it was you, I would have said you. That's not at you. I'm just saying that he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have said what he said. Do you see Maddie Wake going crazy on social media after Poch called him out? No, because he's not a child. It's nothing about being a child. Don't dictate to me how I should respond. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Don't dictate to me. If Madueke, here's the thing is, Madueke is cool with what, if he's cool with what Poch said, that's Madueke's lookout. I actually don't know what Poch said, so can someone actually drop what he said in the comment section, please? But if that's the case, cool. If he's cool with that, that's on him. I don't police how people respond, whether it's a lack of response or a response. If I'm in the club with 3 or 4 mad, I'll use Lewis as an example. Me and Lewis are in a club chilling. Someone steps on my shoe, don't apologize, I let them go by. Someone steps on Lewis's shoe and they don't say sorry, and he punches them and knocks them clean out. Guess what? We both right in regards to how we responded. No one can't tell Lewis. I'm just using Lewis as an example. Not that he put hands on anybody, but that's Lewis's response. Guess what? My man shouldn't have stood on his shoe and not apologized. He stood on my shoe and didn't apologize. I just didn't say nothing and I let it go. But Lewis is not wrong. No one can't tell him he went too far. No one can't tell me I didn't do it or you should have done more. No. Sancho felt the manager disrespected him. He responded. Cool. That's what it is. Simple as that. So this whole thing about, him being, it's nothing to do with being a child. That's what it is. Yeah, you can call it out as childish. I disagree. I don't think it's childish. No. You are dictating. Calling it childish is dictating because you're saying book clock, he should not have responded. So that's what that is. You are trying to dictate. Don't dictate to how people should respond, is what I'm saying to you. Now I'm telling you, saying you don't like it. See this? See how this works? See how this works? Like Ten Hag shouldn't have said what he said. Anywhere you critique, you can be critiqued. Don't say nothing. Simple as that. It's not nothing. It's not childish. If you think responding back to disrespect is childish, you're just plain wrong. That's just plain wrong. Responding back to being criticized worldwide, if you believe that's childish, that's wrong. How is it childish? How? Someone explain. How is that childish? Book clock, let someone disrespect you, you just gonna let it slide, yeah? All right, cool. Yeah, no stress, Marshall. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the brightest. It's all cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool, man. It's all good. Big up, man. Big up every single time. Mount, and looking at what Ten Hag is trying to do, playing style-wise, Mount or Bruno, who do you take? Neither, to be honest. Neither. That's just me. Big up to Miss Smoke, who says, do you think Ten Hag is still a couple bad games away from being sacked? Not being sacked, but you're definitely at Manchester United a couple bad games away from being under scrutiny all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely childish in the context of the situation. He's not at high school, he's at work. Whether you're at high school or at work or not, the manager criticized him publicly. He responded publicly. There's nothing wrong with that. You just don't like, I don't know how much clearer to make that. He's not at work, because I would have done the same shit. Would have done the exact same thing. Don't criticize me. I've done the same thing in the workplace before. Workplaces, pluralized. And I would have done the same thing on a worldwide scale. I would have doubled down even more. It's not childish. Don't say nothing. Simple as that. Talk to me privately. Simple as that. A wise man once said, anywhere you critique, you can be critiqued. And I borrow that if you don't mind, I'll be sure to quote you. Please, Marshall, just quote me when you use it. That's it. Because when I say certain things that I've heard from other people, I quote them. But yeah, man, anywhere nobody is above being critiqued where they're critiqued. F your title. Couldn't care less about your title. Manager, CEO, DOF, owner, whatever the case may be. Couldn't care less. If you criticize me publicly, I'm going to criticize you back publicly. Simple as that. Ain't no childish respond. He responded to something. Don't say nothing. People just want him to just be, is passive the right word? Passive. I'll use passive as the word. People are, don't say anything because it's the manager. What the fuck? I don't know what. Yeah, forget all that. Yeah, big up Classified. Big up to you. Says, yes, Flawless, what you saying. I'm good, man. Hope you're blessed, man. Hope you're blessed. Hope you're blessed. Big up to Gavin, who says, I don't think so. Ten Hag going to be backed all season by the club for sure. No, if results go bad. If results go bad, he'll get sacked. Don't get mistaken. No manager at Manchester United is bulletproof. It might take a little longer, but if you continue to get bad results, you will get sacked. That's any manager, including Ten Hag. If we would have lost to Burnley, or let's say we would have drew to Burnley, went out to Palace, and then drew to Palace on the weekend, his job's under scrutiny. His job is under scrutiny before international break, definitely, where we've seen many managers get sacked in international breaks as well. And let's say we beat Galatasaray and then drew to Brentford at home. You're under scrutiny. Like I'm telling you. Classified says, I went through the same thing at work. Boss demands an apology. I did that. Then the next day I quit my job. That's bullying from Ten Hag, using your position to get what you want. Here's the thing is, I wouldn't call it bullying. I don't think Ten Hag is bullying Sancho. Again, outside of what Ten Hag said initially, I would have done the same thing, everything as a manager, because the player has been unprofessional. Even though I've been unprofessional, the manager's been unprofessional. So, no, the player's been unprofessional. So, demanding an apology from a player who's been unprofessional, even though I have been, I get it. I understand it. But both are happy with the scenario. We found a resolution. Sancho's cool with what's going on. So's Ten Hag. I think people just don't like two things. One, the way we've got to the resolution. And two, the actual resolution itself. I think that's what it is. That's where it lies. Let's see. I'm getting to all the questions I can, people. I am. Miss Smoke says, what's your honest opinion on Evans? Solid centre-back. I'm saying experienced, decent centre-back. That's it. But we shouldn't have signed him. We should have went and signed a younger centre-back and someone with a higher ceiling, because we know what we're getting from Johnny Evans. Man gave Mount the 7, started the U over me, man, after a solid preseason. I wouldn't give man a move after. It obviously wasn't in the plans. Ten Hag would have got to move. Wait, Ten Hag would have to move if I was Sancho. You're saying, yeah, we should have dealt with it in the summer. We should have moved Sancho on in the summer for all parties involved. But now we're just going to move him on in January, probably for less money after all this nonsense. Like, just stupidness. Ollie should have been sat bare times and lasted 3 years. They backed him heavily and will give him more time to screw up. Yeah, I never said a time frame on it. I just said he's not bulletproof, even if it's a year from now. Is his job safe? No. Not if he's getting bad results. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Imagine thinking your superior at work criticizing your work performance is bullying. My God. Yeah, I disagree with that, book clock. So I know you're not talking to me. I don't think it's bullying. I don't think it is. Like I said, that's not bullying. He just didn't need to say what he said. I wouldn't use bullying as the word. I'd say unnecessary. Unnecessary. You're not trying to help me at that point either. And just you're not trying to help me. Mohammed says, flawless. If Greenwood plays well this year, should we give him a chance? He looks good. He looks good. Cross is good. Less greedy. That's what we need. Don't get mistaken. Greenwood's a quality footballer. But do I want to see him back at the football club? Absolutely not. I made my stance very clear. Anyone who's been watching my content for any length of period of time, I don't want to see him in the Manchester United shirt again. Personally, I don't even think he should be playing professional football. But that's a whole different conversation. But I do not want to see him at Manchester United Football Club again. Ever again. Don't care how he can go to there and be the top scorer in the league or top assister. He's a quality footballer. But I stand on my morals in regards to that situation. And I've seen enough. I said it at the time. Then I said it when it all broke out again. And I still stand on that. Don't want to see him at the football club again. No space for that to me in the world. Never mind in our football club. Where hey, we move. Do you think the amount of games played last season is the reason for the slow start and injuries this season, like Liverpool last season? Nah, Derek, I just think these players are just not that good. I just think these players are not that good. That's what it is. They're just not that good. If anything, the lesson to learn from the Ollie situation is to pull the trigger earlier if the acting manager isn't performing, getting result. I agree with that. Again, cap or die, simple. It's so simple. Eric addressed Sancho in public, so he received a public reply. That is it. That's like me saying to Marshall in the chat, saying something, and then Marshall responds back publicly on here, and I go, whoa, Marshall, how can you do that? Say I have not, but say I critique Marshall about something, anything, something stupid. Can be his Avi, for example. And then he critiques the Avi I have publicly. And I go, whoa. You shouldn't do that. You need to apologize to me. What kind of stupidness is that? And I'm using a silly example to show the type of stupidness that it is. He addressed him in public. This is just another way of saying anywhere you critique, you can be critiqued. You said something in public. I responded publicly. You said something in front of the world, I responded in front of the world. Say something in private, I'll respond in private. I've always said that. If Ten Hag would have said what he said privately and Sancho did what he did publicly, I would have been like, nah, Sancho, you shouldn't have done that. Because he said what he said to you from a private standpoint. But hey, once it's public, it's fair game. Fair game. It's fair game. Yeah. It's over for Sancho, people. Let's all just move on. It is chic. That's what people don't like, but I just still don't like people trying to defend Ten Hag and criticize Sancho. Like, if got at it on Twitter, they wouldn't respond in the same manner. What kind of shit is that? Oh, you can't say nothing to the manager. No. What's your number one target in January? What centre backs and strikers are available? Who is available? Who is it? That's a great question, Miss Smoke. Who is available? I keep saying Miss Smoke, and it might be M Smoke. My bad. You could be a guy. My apologies. I don't know if you're a male or a female, but I just said so. I call you M Smoke, but I just read it as Miss Smoke. I don't know why, but M Smoke. Big up to you. Number one target in January, and what centre backs and strikers are available? I don't know. Who is available? It's a good question. I'm unsure. I actually have to have a think about it. I would. Gavin says, yeah, Sancho was dug in and can't turn back. Now it is what it is. Man United, I'm convinced not to have nice things. Oh, yeah, it's a wrap. Show's over. Show is over in regards to Jadon Sancho and him at Manchester United. And I think he's cool with it because he's not said nothing publicly. We know if it was the case. And what was I going to say? And Ten Hag's cool with it too. All right, so yeah, it's calm. Yeah, and it is a bit too early to answer that one. A lot can change by January. Yeah, a lot can change. A lot can change. Like it is. But yeah, you lot continue to bump up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Bump up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget we are available on all audio platforms as well. Continue to get your questions in. Closing out in the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Emma says Tony and Usherman is the only two I can think of right now that might be available in January. Yeah, I'd get Tony. How can I forget Tony? Yeah, definitely sign Ivan Tony. Go get Tony. As for centre backs, just someone who's young and athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like just someone who's young and athletic. That's what I would have done. I don't know what language your name is. Big up to you. Says, come on, would Sancho reacted the same way if our manager was Sir Alex or Pep? No chance. That's a whole different conversation. No one said he has. I don't like when people do this in the chat. When people bring up stuff that's not been said about the situation. Nowhere have I ever said, oh, Jadon Sancho would respond this way with whoever. Because I don't know Jadon Sancho to say he would or wouldn't. I don't know his character well enough. What I would say is, if he responded in the same way to Sir Alex and Pep, I would fully still be saying what I'm saying. I would respond to those two that way. Again, don't criticize me publicly. It's rarely that simple. It's that easy. I don't know why people can't understand that simple thought process. It's really not complex. It's not too complicated. It's not tough to figure out. But again, I don't know Sancho's character to say whether he would have responded to those two. I'm saying I would respond to those two that way. So I can only speak for me. I can't speak for anybody else. That's why I've said this entire time with the Sancho situation, I would have responded in the same way. What are we doing? I've spoken back to my parents before. Spoken back to uncles, aunts. I'm saying, grandmas, what we doing? But I can't speak back to my manager because I'm on 350K a week. What are we doing? I talk to the owner. You know what I'm saying? You disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you back. You criticize me publicly, I'm going to criticize you back publicly in front of everyone. Verbally, I'm going to defend myself. What are we doing? What's going on? Again, but people just be making stuff up. Like, I'm just waiting for someone to pop up and be like, oh, yeah, it's his performances on the pitch. No one's talked about his performances on the pitch. And again, Gavin saying this, would a young CR7 coming to United under Ten Hag have the same outcome as he did under Sir Alex? I don't think so. Wait, what? The young CR coming to United under Ten Hag? Yeah, because Sir Alex Ferguson's the greatest manager of all time. Kind of like, probably not. But that's a whole different scenario. What are we talking about, Gavin? This is like the Ronaldinho thing. This makes no sense. I'm lost at the comparison. I'm lost. To Starlord, who says, I think Ten Hag did speak to Sancho privately and Sancho still didn't buck up. So this is all hypotheticals. But we'll go with it. Let's say hypothetically this is true and he did speak to him. Cool. And he still didn't buck up. Guess what? You still don't criticize him publicly. You still don't criticize. You still, my point still stands. My point still stands. Yeah, man. Hello, what ifs, Marshall? You know what I'm saying? So what if he did so? Okay, so because he's not performing, it's okay to, but no, it's not okay. And it's not okay. You gonna get people talking rubbish back. Hey, what we doing here? I'm saying, I hope you lot ain't this passive in real life, innit? Because it's your boss and you're on X amount. He can talk to you any type of way. Because people just gonna treat you like shit. I'm telling you that right now. People gonna treat you like ish. I've been there having these type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Don't let a family member just talk to you any way type of way because they older than you. Let an older cousin do that. Or a younger cousin who grew up do that. Or a friend who's known you 15, 20, 30 years, whatever the case may be. He can talk to you any type of way because you've been friends for that long. All right. Nonsense. You did absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Yeah, respect is earned, not demanded. It's simple. Same way I can disagree with you lot in the chat and there's never no disrespect. Same way you lot can say what you want to me, and you lot have been in the chat when people have disrespected you. What do I do? All right, block. Go away. I'm not here for that. But we can disagree, but it's never been like me and Gavin go back and forth. Like, it's never been nothing personal. We never said that. We just disagree on certain things, or Star Lord or Sheik or whoever. Just keep it respectful. Like, that's it. Yeah, that's it. You know, you lot know how it is, but bump up the likes, continue to. You know what I'm saying? Always working while I'm working, people. You already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Don't forget as well, midnight, 8:30 p.m. on the Sarcasm City TV Kick fan calling show. Make sure you call in. That's open to everybody. And then we're back at midnight for the ManDem United one of the ManDem United crossovers. Manchester United Arsenal show, myself and TJ, who's got plenty to say as well. Yeah, Gavin, that's it. Discussion. And then we keep it stepping. No one ain't got to mention nothing personal. Yeah. In regards to the patience, I'm making it. The point I'm making is the importance of managing the player and his merits individually. Sir Alex, for example, Cantona, CR7 York, Ten Hag is not displaying these characteristics. I hear you on this, but he was the best. He's probably the best man manager we've ever seen. So yes, does he need to improve? Ten Hag's still improving on the job. He's still improving. He's still got levels to go. He's nowhere near the finished article. How good he is, I don't know yet, and we don't know yet. But we're going to find out. Ten Hag just don't like Sancho in it. He wouldn't have said it publicly, to be honest. He hasn't any other player, if I'm not wrong. It's a conversation to be had, Sheik. It's big up Super Nick. Big up to you in the chat as well. Kevin says, I think Sancho has every right to respond and not apologize, but I think that for that, there's consequences. That I agree with Kevin. That's why I haven't criticized Ten Hag for wanting an apology. That's why I've not criticized him banning him from first team facilities. I understand his viewpoint. Understand when you do talk back to when you criticize and respond back to authority figures, that could happen. Same way in real life, if you talk back to your boss, you may get sacked. You have to be willing to do that. I've been there. I'm willing to do that. That's this job. No amount of money gonna allow you to disrespect me and try and embarrass me publicly in front of one person or 1.1 or 1.1 million. That's just how I was wired. I legit. Let's go. Marshall says, by that same token, disrespect is earned. And I don't think Sancho did anything to warrant being publicly disrespected. Simple as. Yeah, that's the thing is, even if Ten Hag is 110% correct, which he could be 110% correct on what side, you still don't say nothing publicly. Still don't say nothing. I just don't get it. What Ten Hag said about Sancho wasn't even that deep for Sancho to come out and say what he said on socials. I just don't get it. No, the reason why you don't get it because it wasn't that deep to you. And that's cool. You might be cool with being criticized worldwide. Some people are okay with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm saying some people might not have said anything publicly. Some people might have said something privately. Some people might not say anything at all. Again, I don't police how people respond, but I understand where they're coming from. Like I said, I don't know the writing that your name is, so no disrespect. But if you're cool with it, that's fine. If you were cool with your manager doing that, cool. Guess what? Me and you are in the team, my guy. Or you could be a girl, but salute to you. Me and you are in the team, in the same team. We're both at any pick a professional club, Manchester United, and the manager says that to you, you ain't gonna say nothing publicly. The manager says it to me, I'm gonna respond publicly. Cool. I'm not saying you're wrong for not responding publicly. You don't think it was that deep. Some people don't take public criticism nicely. I'm one of them people. Let's see what else you're saying. Okay, I think me and you have similar views on this, slight differences, but overall similar. Yeah, that's it, Kevin. Like, that's why I say the responses you have to take. I mean, the consequences of your actions. He knows what it was. He knows what it is. To Super, who says the mad thing is that in this situation, there should be a mediator brought in to finish this foolishness. The senior management sit back and leak stories. I don't think there needs to be a mediator to finish this movement. I mean, finish this movement. Finish this. What's it called? What's the goal? Arrive to a resolution. There has been a resolution. I think the resolution's crystal clear. He won't play again. He'll get moved on in January. Sancho's cool with that. Ten Hag's cool with that. There has been a resolution. How we've got there is just messy, though. Like, that's just messy. That is just super, 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 super messy. Again, to Starlord, who said, I don't think what Ten Hag said was that bad, to be honest, but that's just me. I'm old school. Again, your opinion on it. Back to the stepping on the trainers in the club. I'm saying you might step on a man's trainer in the club and don't say sorry. And guess what? The guy don't say nothing and just let you go by. You may step on another man's trainer in a club and don't say sorry. A man grips you up and knocks you out. Guess what? You deserve that. I'm not going to say the man who knocked you out overreacted. Don't step on the shoe and not say sorry. That's a minor. To me, it happens in clubs all the time. It's a minor to me. I'm not going to scrap and fight over that, even if the man don't say sorry. But I have dons who will knock you out for that. Guess what? Don't step on people's shoes and don't say sorry. Simple as that. I know man that will punch you up for that type of thing. You know, different. I was like, go, cause I say it's a club, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't marking my face for what? So I can't do this. Nah. Forget all that. I'm not with that. Let's see what else you are saying. So yeah, he's not. So people are saying, oh, it's not that deep to you. Me, I'm not being criticized worldwide. Forget that. No, forget that. Let's see. See what else you are saying as well. Yeah, Jack, you said it twice. We seen what you said, my guy. We don't need to riot again. We seen what you said. Literally, cap or die. People died for stepping on shoes. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that's wild? Yes, but don't step on people's shoes and don't say sorry. And then nothing ain't gonna happen. That's spark stuff. Like I say, that's just my nature. I'm just like, all right, just whatever in it. I let it go. See? I'm saying a man got stabbed up in a club out here years ago. I don't even know where Gavin's at. I think it's America, but correct me if I'm wrong. For stepping on a man's white Air Forces, mad thing. Just all man had to do. That's why I never in the club. If I step on someone, I say sorry immediately. Immediately. Treat everyone like they're crazy. Immediately. Like, that's it. So then people are like, oh, it's not that deep to you. You might be cool. Like I said, that's probably what? That's been seen by what? 50 million, 60 million people in terms of views? Nah, you ain't embarrassing me on a worldwide scale. Oh shit, you from? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Barbados, my bro. Love that, Gavin. You know what I'm saying? I'm of Bayesian descent in it. That's why I said that. Big on my Bayesians in the building. Love that. Love that. It's nuts. But to Emma, who's on this, he says, don't go to clubs if you don't want you to get your toes stepped on, and definitely don't wear your new shoes. Getting mad over that is quite pathetic. I hear that. But Emma, on the flip side is, would I personally do that? No. But say sorry is the point I'm making. And the reason why I'm using that as like a silly example to show people, like, to put it into context. Because people keep looking at the Manchester United and he's on 350K, which has no bearing on it whatsoever, to be honest. So I'm like, all right, let me bring it down to just normal, everyday level to people who've been in clubs. I'm saying, man, we'll get punched up for that. All right, that's it. Oh, you say London born and raised. Big up, man. Love to see, hey, love to see it regardless, man. You know what I'm saying? Large up to everyone that is tapped in. Only 85 likes, though. Still over 100 people in here. Let's bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Why are we doing? How many subscribers have we got? Because did we hit the actual next subscriber mark? Did we? Let's actually check. I'm just refreshing the other screen right now. Right, we're at 8,222. Girls to 8,230. 8 more subscribers. There's over 100 people in here asking for 8 subscribers. You see how I look to make sure I put up enough fingers so the math jokes didn't fly. So yes, people, 8 subscribers, get us to 8,230, please. Yes, bump us up to 100 likes as well. Final few questions. We can move off. If you got more questions on the Sancho thing, that's cool. If there's anything else you don't want to ask, feel free as well. To NJ, you said this is why we need an Amazon documentary. No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't need an Amazon documentary. Not in the slightest. No, I don't. The food's bad, and you want to see how the food's been made. This restaurant is terrible, and the food is horrible. And you want to go in the kitchen and see how this is being cooked. No, no. What's going on Lewis's stream, Warrior J? Let me know. What's happening on Lewis's stream? Like, let me know what's going on. Because I know it's probably because of chat. But actually, they won yesterday, so they should be happy. They actually won yesterday. I'm saying they should be happy. They should be. Yeah, I ain't trying to see an Amazon doc. Nah. To Stephanie G as well says, let's be real. Only thing we know is what Ten Hag said post-match in Sancho's social media response. None of us really know Ten Hag or Sancho's people, and that's it. That's why I haven't said that. I've seen people say, oh, he's definitely a bad trainer. You don't know that. You don't know that. I'm saying you don't know that for sure. That he's definitely a bad trainer. We legit don't know. Yes, and Sheik, you're right. I agree, Flawless. I watch Arsenal ball the league a million times, but my club, hell no. Nah, I ain't trying to see this mess like in more detail. It's bad enough from the outside. This film is bad enough as it is. And you want to go behind the scenes of the making of the film and how they pick the actors and the writers and the storyline and the pacing of the film. Nah. We do not need no. Word to Lingard. No. Do not even. Like, no, we don't need to. Nah. If I about the Casado bid the summer, oh, I'm gonna send you over there shortly. Hey, Jack, wouldn't surprise me. People probably saw the Twitter clip where Sancho was faking his push-ups and thought he was a bad trainer. Knowing people, they can just take one thing and just look at that and go, yeah, he's definitely like, come on, I've done that. I ain't trying to do press-ups. I've done that. Oh, manager's not looking. Let me just lie down. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. Yeah, man, we're keeping about Carrington for real. I don't want to make that a thing. Why? Why would we want to make that? No. Like, word to Lingard again. No. Do not even. Like, no. We don't. That's for rival fans to laugh at. I'm good. I wish they did one at Chelsea this year. One at Chelsea would have been beautiful. Like last year and this year, would have been great. Would have been great. Amazon trying to expose the leak. Yeah, it's crazy. Man put Power Book 4 Man United. V's Man 4, right? I was at IV. I always get Roman numerals mixed up. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. We don't need no Amazon doc. We really don't. Right. Final few questions anyway before we close out, people. Final few questions before we indeed close out. 92 likes, so we're going to hit 100 likes as well. Don't forget, like I've already said, on the Sarcasm City TV kick, fan calling show tonight, 8:30 p.m. UK time, just under 3 hours from now. So it's open to anybody to call in. All you have to do, 3 things. 1, make sure your camera's on, facing forward. 2, you know what you want to talk about when you call in. And 3, you're following the kick. Because everyone, before you lock in, I'll say drop a comment in the chat. Because we're trying to grow the kick over there. It's another streaming platform. Not only do we have fan calling shows over there, Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League watch-alongs, so like PSG versus Newcastle will be over there, NBA content, F1 content, the boxing show. I'm probably going to do a watch-along for Canelo Charlo. And then do a recap as well. That's this Saturday. What else we got over there? I said NBA, boxing, F1. I'm probably forgetting something. But yeah, man, plenty of shows going on over there, people. Over on the kick. Yeah, man, that is hilarious. I seen it over. I had never seen the full clip. I'd only ever seen him go, no, do not. That's all I'd seen, but then I seen the full clip. And he's like, the weather. What side of Barbados you from, my bro? I think St. Michael's. I believe my family tree is from St. Michael's. I think so. Ask me again, and I'll ask, you know what I'm saying, my mom and one of my uncles or aunts or something, but I believe it is St. Michael's. What's the link for the kick? Warrior J did it. I dropped the link as well. But you just download it from your app store. So if you're on Android, it's in the app store. If you got iPhone, it's in the Apple store. You just download it and it's there. And like I say, don't take up too much space. You just sign up Same way you would on a Twitch. And yeah, same thing. But I drop it there as well. That's the kick. There we go. So yeah, that's the link for the kick. Man, I thought we would be sold by now. Can't wait for Qatar. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying, I'm not surprised that we haven't been bought yet. I knew it was going to take a long time. Already knew this. Let's see. To Gemini Photography, big up to you. Says, I don't want to get excited about using a weakened team to beat a weakened team. Nah, you have to get excited. You have to get excited about it. But again, be happy about it in isolation. It doesn't mean all our problems are solved. It doesn't mean we're going to be absolutely immense against Palace, then against Galatasaray, then against Brentford. No. But in isolation, it was a very good performance. Because if we played poorly, we'd all be here, myself included, criticizing the team and critiquing. Oh, we played so bad. We just went out of the Carabao Cup. It was one of our only chances of winning the trophy. Nah, give them players the plaudits, man. Give the manager and the players the plaudits. They performed very well. Manager got the team spot on, got his substitute spot on, and the players played exceptionally well. No complaints. Now just go do it again against Palace on Saturday, which there will be a watch along right here on the YouTube channel as well, people. Yeah. The busiest parish and home to the capital, cool, bro. Yeah, I believe it's St. Michael's. I'll have to double check though. To 252 Champion Base says college football watch along. Probably won't be, but that being said, that's what I forgot. The NFL show as well. You get that that's also on the kick. So not only do you get NFL, boxing, F1. Yeah, NFL, boxing, F1, fan calling shows, Champions League watch-alongs, Premier League watch-alongs, Carabao Cup watch-alongs, FA Cup watch-alongs, etc. So much going on. Yeah, Sheik, big up now. Appreciate it. Stephanie G says we need to just keep churning out wins and hopefully consistent performances follow. That's it. That's all we want. That's all we want is the team to perform well. That's all we want. The team to perform well and to get wins. That's it. But it's Manchester United Football Club, man. Who knows with us? Who knows? Well, in regards to man is saying, oh, we need college football. I actually don't run the NFL shows. It's the gang that run it. Most of the Americans, but you see Surfer over there, Peter's on there, Alam, Eddie, etc. I'll chat to them and see what they're saying if that's something that you lot want in regards to NFL. But I don't even know if they want. Actually, now they do because Taz has mentioned it. But I don't know if they want to do watch-alongs for it. I don't know they're interested in it like that. I don't know. Nobody doing a cricket watch-along. Why? Because it's early in the morning. Because it's the Cricket World Cup, right? Plus, I don't watch cricket like I used to. That's why, David. However, I may talk to Ryan because he mentioned it to me actually about the Cricket World Cup. It's 50 overs, right? One sec. Let me have a look. See how Sarcasm City TV is, people. Home to enough sports, not just football. I'm telling you, look. 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, Cricket World Cup 2023. Yeah, because it starts, Thursday the 5th of October. See, 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 a.m. starts. I don't watch cricket as it is. Like if this was a World Cup, I'd do it. Like a footballing World Cup. But yeah, I ain't doing this. Crap, West Indies didn't even make it, did they? We really suck. Damn. We really, it starts England, New Zealand. Plus it's one day as well. If it was 2020, I'd probably do it. Man, with all that. Oh, is this in regards to the Osimhen thing? Napoli wishing to avoid any exploitation of the issue, point out that we never wanted to offend or mock Victor Osimhen, who's the treasurer of the club. Took you, 2 days to put out this statement? Sure. As proof of that, during the summer training retreat, the club firmly rebuffed every offer that was received for the strikers' transfers abroad. Was received for the strikers' transfers abroad. Yeah, F them, man. It took you 2 days to come out with that. That should have been immediately. So Gavin, who says Kick is like another Rumble. I wonder what happened to that. I'm not sure what happened to Rumble. I was never on it, but Kick, I was like, yeah, this can work. So that's why you're getting so much content on the Kick. So make sure you hit the follow button on the Kick, people. Trying to get monetized over there. I think we at 49 followers. So we'll get over 50 followers today. What else is I going to say? Make sure you subscribe here as well. Road to 9,000 subscribers. We're at 99 likes. So we're going to hit 100 likes. Big up to everyone who has tuned in. If I didn't get to your question, I do apologize, but I tried to get to all the questions. Social media, in particular, TikTok has always used an expressive form of language with a light heart and creativity without wanting to, as in the case with Osherman as the protagonist. In any case, if Victor perceived any offense towards him, this was not what the club intended. Yeah, whatever, man. They talking rubbish. Whatever, man. That should have been out immediately. Idiots. Anyways, back to Manchester United before we do indeed close out. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we perform well against Crystal Palace, get the win, move up the table, continue to build confidence, build momentum. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. So yeah, that's what it is. And obviously Friday you'll get the ManDem United and the watch along. Manchester United, Crystal Palace here, 3 p.m. kickoff right here on the YouTube channel. But again, all this stuff is on the upcoming live stream schedule anyway. Big up to everyone that's locked in. You lot continue to support. Large up my guy Rants every single time. Big up to everyone who joined over from the raid, everyone who was here already anyway. And in regards to this, Marshall says, when's your show with TJ Warren? The Manchester United Arsenal show is tonight, Marshall. It's tonight. It's on the upcoming live stream schedule tonight, midnight, UK time. So Manchester United, Arsenal, ManDem United. Going to talk from the Arsenal podcast, one of the many crossovers we do here. Classified, big up. Gavin says, blessings, my G. Big up to you, my G, every single time as well. But yeah, man, love to everyone that's locked in. You lot, please continue to support. Don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms. So for instance, Star-Lord was driving, listening to this show. But for example, if he was driving and there was no show on Sarcasm City TV, boom, he could easily go to the SoundCloud, go to the Spotify, go to the iTunes, etc., etc. So yeah, Spotify, hit us with a follow and 5 stars. iTunes, Apple Podcast, make sure you 5 stars, leave us a review, and SoundCloud, make sure you hit us with the follow button as well. No Stephanie G, Cam's not on tonight. It'll be TJ. Cam just sorting out some life stuff. He's good though. He's good. Like you're still catching him on Shameless from time to time. But yeah, he's good. He just won't be about for the next few weeks. But I'm not sure how long. But that's it. And everyone in the chat, wish a happy birthday to Luke Chapman. Hey, Luke, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to you. Sheik says, fan calling show. I'll be there, flawless. Yeah, man, make sure you pull up, Sheik. Always good chatting to you, man. It is. Let's see. There was something else I was going to miss as well. Where are we at? Did I answer all the questions before I closed out? Yes, Stephanie G says, great show. Thank you. Much appreciated, Jack. Big up to you as well. Who are we going to raid, actually? Lewis is still live. We'll raid Lewis, actually. That's what we're going to do. Hold up. Let's see. Yeah, he is still live. We're going to raid Lewis. We definitely going to raid Lewis. But yes, love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.